Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of LEPATCAST. I have a very special guest this time. This is Des,
Hi.
one of the founder of Afro Latina Travel. You know, in LEPATCAST, we love to travel. We did Guadeloupe, we did Martinique, but this time I had the opportunity, an amazing opportunity to be invited by Afro Latina Travel to come all the way from Belgium to here to document this retreat. So Des is going to tell us a little bit more about the retreat, about her. And I was really happy to be here, especially for Black History Month here. So, ladies and gents, this is Des.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm amazing. I'm here in the tropical country of Panama, so you can't ask more for this. So yeah, I'm here. I'm great. Born in Panama, raised in Panama, and then I moved to the States a few years ago. So yes, like they say, fresh off the boat. That's me. Yes.
Okay, so where did this idea came?
My idea for like the Afro Latino movement, well, not Afro Latino movement, the Afro Latina Travel, and my love for what I have, what I do and put out on my platform came when I moved to the States, because I was born and raised here. So I moved to the States as an adult. And then I didn't feel, when I first got there, I didn't feel super connected to different things and different sayings. And I felt that there was a lack of representation. I felt like there was a lack of seeing more people that looked like me. I didn't know where to go. I wanted to see more Afro Latinos like me. And for whatever reason, some people didn't get that what I was. They were like, well, you're Black. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm Black. And they were like, well, but you're not Latina. And I was like, this is so frustrating, because after a few years, I was like, there has to be more people like me that probably feel frustrated. And maybe it's time for me to create a platform for people to learn more about our culture, and for me to also connect with other Afro Latinas.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we were here for a few days, and tell me what was like the specialty about this retreat. What made it so special?
What made it so special? So many things. I think to start, it was in Panama. And I wanted to be able to show the Afro side of Panama. So I guess the first thing will be to kind of explain, whoever doesn't know, like, what is an Afro Latino. So Afro Latinos are basically people of African descent, but have Latin American origin. What does that mean? So your descent is African, obviously, because you can see that I am Black, but then you were actually born in Latin America. Or your ancestors, like your mom or your grandparents, were born in Latin America. So that's really what it means to be Afro Latino. And when I moved to the States, I realized that a lot of people couldn't like separate those two concepts between race and ethnicity. And I felt like a lot of people thought or had this mentality of what a Latino or Latina should look like. So when they thought about Latino, they thought automatically about Mexico. And like, you're supposed to look a certain way, and then they didn't realize that, you know, you can look anyway. There's no look for Latino. Like, whatever concept you have, like, no, they can be Asian, they can be Black, it doesn't matter. So I was like, well, I want people to realize that there are Black people all over Latin America. And the first place that I wanted to do that and show it was Panama, obviously, because I'm Panamanian, that's where I'm from. So that's how it started. And it was very special to do it for the month of May, because in Panama, we celebrate Black History Month, all the month of May. So I was like, that's important. We have to do it during that month. So there are two groups that we have of blacks that entered Panama. So the first was through Congo, right? That went into Panama with the slaves, with slavery. And then we have the second group that came here to build the Panama Canal. So basically, those are two different groups because the first, they spoke in Spanish and all of their culture was pretty much influenced by the Spaniards. But then you have the second group, which is like, you know, the Caribbeans and the West Indians. And so they spoke English and they have their own traditions and their culture. And then they, after the Panama Canal was built, they just stayed here.
In 1519, when they discovered the Pacific side of Panama, the Spaniards basically took the black people to build the system of pathways that could be able to connect them from Pacific to the Caribbean side. We did it. Those are the Camino Real, Camino de Cruces. Those are the two roads. And historically, those roads, the canal goes through, it runs basically parallel to those pathways that are actually covered by the bush and the jungle right now. So when you come to understand, oh, they cannot, no, this is the outcome now, this is the result. But we're talking about 15 years back when this type of technology never existed before. And they had to build these cobblestone roads, that's what we call, in order for them to cross over one side to the other, all right?
And giving back to the community, and it was just, and also fun because we went to the beach, and then at night the girls were able, it was completely free, and the girls were able to go out and party and turn up and whatever. So I wanted it to be a little bit of everything, and I think we were able to get that. And then I'm huge on community, and I saw that the girls were like becoming besties and planning to go visit this one after the retreat. Like it was just like my heart. And I think that now that this happened, I know for a fact that I want to continue doing the retreats. And my vision, my goal is to go, like I said, to different countries in Latin America. So hopefully he's there. I mean, and hopefully you guys can join us.
También, aunque tenemos guerra con los mexicanos en fútbol. Bienvenido aquí, bienvenido. Mire, este es un barrio pero trata excelente a los turistas. No hay de que los otros tres ya están en.
In that way, you can see the hill that is called Ancon Hill. So from there, coming a small waterfall. Like that's why they call it El Chorrillo. Chorrito, yes. Small, exactly. Water comes from them. So that's why El Chorrillo. ¿No?
I didn't know that.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
We just finished a tour at Chorrillo, which is formerly known as the Hood. And we are giving back to the community. From Afro Latina Travel, we have gathered a group of at least 36 kids, and it's just our way of giving back, letting them know that they are seen, that they are loved. I'm really excited about this because I'm big on community, I'm big on giving back, so this is us, all the girls and everyone, just our way of saying thank you.
1, 2, 3. Gracias, Afro Latina Travel. Queso pa Panama.
We never met each other, so
Nope.
it was really challenging as well to make both visions
Yes.
come together. And we managed very well for our first retreat.
Yes, we sure did. It's crazy. I think what helped is, like you said, even though we did not know each other in person, but we had been, I think it's roughly almost 5 years, which is, that's crazy. But no, I mean like 5 years that we met, since we met. So we established first like, you know, like relationship, a friendship relationship. And then I think after a while, I started to tell him, hey, I have this idea. And he was so supportive, and he was like, I like it. And he, you know, always being like, oh, I think you should do this and that and that. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I think at that point, we knew each other for about 3 years, or almost 3 years. And I was like, okay, I think he will be the perfect photographer because he's so passionate about, you know, photography and taking pictures with a purpose. And so, yeah, so then I told him right before COVID, and he was like, yes, I'm down. And then that's when the planning started for about 3 years now. 2 years and a half, we started planning, and yeah, it was special. I don't know. I feel like you had to be there to like really understand that energy, because it was special between the girls. Like, yeah, absolutely. Quesopa is the way that we say what's up here in Panama. This is technically day 2. The girls arrived yesterday. I'm super excited.
So Miguel is going to take care of us throughout all this journey.
The girls seem to be very happy. They're loving the itinerary. We went to the Black History Museum, which is called in Spanish el Museo Frontillano de Panama, and just pretty much learned the culture, and how Black presence came to Panama. So it's very interesting, all the information that we got.
When you hear about Camino Real, that's we. When you go and see Casco Viejo and you see certain churches they're still with the colonial style, guess who built it? We. Okay? So there's a lot of contributions that we did by force, because it wasn't willingly, by force, but still yet it demonstrated that we were very skillful, and we were strong, and we're still strong.
Then we went to the Panama Canal, and we were able to see the structure and pretty much understand how the canal works.
There is a difference of ocean levels. It's the same level. After many researches, they have demonstrated that Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean have the same water level.
And in a little bit now, we're gonna go back to the hotel, get ready, because we have a boat ride, so we're pretty excited, but my heart is full. I feel like after all these years of hard work, it has paid off. So Afro Panama 2022 has been so far a success. And the way that you can find my retreat is through our, you can go online or you can go on Instagram. Our handle is Afro Latina Travel, so that's AFRO, Afro Latina, LATINA Travel. That's our page on Instagram. So basically, yeah, or you can also put AfroLatinaTravel.com.
One other thing, you have a necklace.
I do right now. Yeah.
What's that?
This one says Mamacita, so I sell necklaces for the culture. Pretty much necklaces that women can feel identified, or any person can feel identified. So I have necklaces that says Latina or Latinx for gender neutral, and or Afro Latina too, because again, I felt like there wasn't something out there that was for us, for Afro Latinas. So I decided to start selling them. And I have different necklaces that say different things. Mamacita, this one says Mamacita. And I have also different countries, the map. So I have countries in Latin America, a few Caribbean countries. So I have Panama, Colombia, Mexico, etc. So yeah, so you can also find us on Gems by Mocha.
I will plug that in, so people just have to be
Okay.
the link. So
Okay.
because I know people sometimes can
Okay,
be lazy.
okay.
Not judging anybody, but it's just the truth.
Okay. Wow. He knows his audience, I guess.
That's it. And one more thing, it's also a family business. You have also Baimeche.
Yes, I've had the support of my family. My mom, she has Baimeche, which is a Panamanian, it's a Panamanian-owned business. She pretty much does different Congo-style dresses, and she sews a lot, and she does bags, and I was really blessed to have her donate some really beautiful bags that said Traveler established 2022, and it was custom designed specifically for the girls that went to the retreat.
See us chilling right here, but the reality is my flight.
His flight leaves in 2 hours and a half, so like I have to rush. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
Gracias, gracias.